Hey there, this is Ben Freer. I'm an immigration lawyer for entrepreneurs. And recently I had a nice chat with a foreign national investor who had their sights set on purchasing a business in the United States and applying for the highly sought after E-2 visa. They were eager to understand if their business venture and investment aligned with the visa requirements. In this video, I'll discuss the investor's plan and delve into the potential challenges that they might face during the E-2 visa application process. Okay, so let's dive right in and take a close look at the investment. Our foreign national investor had their eye on acquiring an automotive repair business. This business had a 2-year track record employing 3 full-time staff members. The business was turning a profit and the investor had ambitious plans for expansion. The asking price for the business was set at $80,000. To sweeten the deal for potential investors, the seller was open to a down payment of $50,000 with the remaining $30,000 to be seller financed. So let's talk about the challenges. Now, the overall cost of the business might raise a few eyebrows. However, this alone might not be a deal breaker. In fact, I've had a number of clients who were able to achieve success with investments below the $100,000 mark. However, it's worth noting that investments of this magnitude often come under closer scrutiny from the US government. While the business cost presents its own set of challenges, the primary stumbling block here revolves around the concept of seller financing in light of the E-2 visa's investment requirements. So what are the investment requirements? Well, it's kind of a gray area. The E-2 visa requires a substantial at-risk investment. To determine if an investment is sufficient, the government uses a proportionality test. In simple terms, they evaluate the cost of the business against the financial commitment that was already made by the investor. Here's the key excerpt from the U.S. Foreign Affairs Manual. The manual states, the lower the cost of the business, the higher a percentage of investment is required. The manual goes on to explain that there are no bright line percentages that exist for an investment to be considered substantial. Investments constituting 100% of the total cost would normally qualify for a business requiring a startup cost of $100,000. At the other extreme, an investment of $10 million in a $100 million business may be considered substantial based on the sheer magnitude of the investment itself. In this situation, given the fact that the business costs less than $100,000, there's a concern that the US government could refuse the visa application on the basis of the proportionality of the investment to the overall cost. If the total investment were larger, say $500,000, and the investor committed $250,000 with the rest financed by the seller, I wouldn't be quite as concerned. However, with a business that costs $80,000, a committed at-risk investment of $50,000 might not suffice. Now, what's the workaround in a scenario like this? One possibility involves using alternate forms of financing. The Foreign Affairs Manual discusses permissible options. It says, indebtedness collateralized by the applicant's own personal assets, such as a second mortgage on a home, or unsecured loan, such as a loan on the applicant's personal signature, may be included since the applicant risked the funds in the event of business failure. So loans are permissible. However, it is important to note that the E-2 visa doesn't permit loans or debt secured by the assets of the US business. The manual states, indebtedness such as mortgage debt or commercial loans secured by the assets of the enterprise cannot count towards the investment as there's no requisite elements of risk. For example, if the business in which the applicant is investing is used as collateral, funds from the resulting loan or mortgage are not at risk even if some personal assets are used as collateral. So to sum it up, using seller financing for the E-2 visa can be tricky terrain to navigate. While there might be situations where it could be viable, it's advisable to proceed with caution. If you are interested in the E-2 visa route, I highly recommend that you reach out to one of the many amazing E-2 visa lawyers that you can find across the globe who can help you navigate this complex landscape. I hope this was helpful. If you did enjoy this video, please like it or pass it along to someone who may benefit from it. Thanks for your time.